In this video, I'm going to focus on one aspect of tape reading, and this was focusing on the reload buyer. I'm going to look at Pilbara Minerals Limited, PLS is the stock ticker. This is the daily chart. We're going to take a look at this day here, 1st of February 2021. This is what it looked like before the day started. It was a big downswing. This stock caught my attention because on this red day here, that was actually a pretty significant move. I think that was about 20 cents worth. Every tick matters on PLS because you can really put on size on a stock like PLS, I find. So I was really interested in the match and maybe catching a swing on this stock. So here's the 1 minute view. The stock gapped down, shot down nicely, and then eventually recovered and pretty much moonshot for the rest of the day. It was quite nice. So we're going to look at the order book here, and this stock is going to open at 10.0634. The earliest opening price is 10.0630. The latest is 10.07. So I'm just going to play the order book, the pre-market action for about a minute, so you can see with some context what was happening. We can see the sell side is nice and thick compared to the buyers. Sellers clearly had control in the morning, and you can see here at 90 cents, there's a million wall above the match price. There's 200K as well. And this is what I mean about every tick matters. You can put on some decent size. At least I find quite comfortably to put on good size on PLS without being too concerned of having liquidity issues or not having a bid to hit out on or an offer to lift. So what we're going to see is a bunch of orders, fake orders get pulled, real orders get added on at about 10.0629. But that's not our focus for today. Really, we're going to focus on the reload buying that happens at 87 cents. And we're going to see the opening action. There's going to be a sharp drop. I want you to focus on how quickly the drop happens, how many lines are wiped in how many seconds. Just to give you some context, real context to how obvious this reversal was. So we're about to open, real orders piling in. And we see 1 line wipe, 2 line wipes, 3 line wipes, 4 and 5 line wipes in the space of about 15 seconds. So that's a line wipe every 3 seconds, and pay attention to the sell pressure. It stops. This is it. It's done. For the next 2 minutes, it's done. We now have a minute and a half, a minute and 45 seconds of reload buying at 87 cents. A little bit of 86 as well, 86 and a half, sorry. So at 10.0830, roughly, this big wall here will get eaten up and reversed. Just pay attention to this 87 cent wall, not wall, but this reload buy that occurs. You might be thinking, right, well, okay, how do you know it's reversing or a potential for reversal? Because every time an 87.5 bid steps up, it keeps getting smashed by someone selling into it. Well, the idea here is look at the momentum for the sellers. It is dead. The selling has stopped. We're literally still in the first minute and a half of the stock opening, and the momentum's dead. We line wiped 5 lines in 15 seconds, and now we've got a minute of just holding this 87 level. Holding. The sellers, where are they? Nowhere. You might be thinking, well, where are the buyers? Well, they're the ones actually stepping up at 87. They're the ones holding the line here. There's someone that clearly wants out, but it feels like retail money. You can see the orders going through 36K, 49K, 80K. It's like whatever. It's not that significant. If there's anything you should ever pay attention to on the market is how quick selling happens. Whether you look at a daily chart, pay attention to the COVID crash, right? For every month of selling, there was like 4 months of recovery. Look at the GFC. For every month of selling, it took 4 months to recover. So selling happens a lot quicker. This is both on the daily chart and on the intraday chart. Selling happens a lot quicker than buying does typically, unless of course there's a monstrous news announcement. But this wasn't a catalyst day. This was Pilbara just being Pilbara for the day. There was no catalyst. Lithium wasn't doing too much. I think it dipped a little bit, but there's your reversal. We held 87 and 87.5 got reversed. It got line wiped in one single hit. 800K all gone in one hit. There's basically the confirmation at that point. Me personally, I was comfortable entering at 87 cents, not waiting for the confirmation because I didn't need it. When a stock line wipes 5 times in 15 seconds and then stops for a whole minute, and there's reload buying. I mean, to me, that is as obvious as it gets. I think the risk to reward is super good. So I didn't wait for the I didn't wait for the confirmation, because to me that was the confirmation. I mean, that's 2 minutes of reloading at 87 cents in the opening 5 minutes of the stock. So, you know, nothing really holds like that. And this was a really good example, I think, of reload buying in slow motion, right? Pilbara wasn't really the stock of the day. It wasn't really the biggest stock in play. It ranked up there, but there was other news catalysts that, you know, people had their eyes on that were trading. So PLS was kind of just on the back burner for some people, I imagine. But it was a really good setup, both on the book and the reload buying as well. It was great for the sellers until that 87.5, the 87 kept getting reloaded. So I hope you found this tape reading session useful. If you have any questions about it, feel free to fire away. If something's unclear, if there's some terminology you don't quite understand, I'll happily answer it in the comment section below. For those of you who don't know, this is Spark Iguana 2, the software that I'm using, and in the video description, I'm using FP Markets for my execution platform. Thanks, guys.